It all began when the doors of NEDCON's new headquarters opened in celebration. Colleagues gathered as the opening speech began. Confetti filled the air and laughter echoed through the halls. The tour of the building began, guiding everyone through bright corridors and open spaces. But among the group, one colleague drifted behind, slowing his pace and distracted by his phone. The others moved on, and before long, he found himself alone in a quiet hallway. At the far end of the staircase, a closed door, and in front of it, 2 Christmas ornaments, glimmering faintly in the light. Startled and intrigued, he rushed to rejoin the others, breathlessly sharing what he had seen. But his story was met with disbelief and a few amused smiles. Weeks passed and curiosity grew. As the same colleague walked through the same corridor, a faint sound drifted down from above. He tried the handle, but it was still locked. But now something shimmered again. As he reached for it, it vanished. Determined to solve the mystery, he studied the floor plans and showed his colleagues what he had discovered. Their curiosity sparked. Together, they armed themselves with a crowbar to pry open the door and climbed the stairs once more, ready to solve the mystery. But when they arrived, the door was already ajar. The 3 exchanged a glance and carefully pushed it open. They could hardly believe their eyes when they saw what was behind the door. For there stood Santa Claus himself, a golf club in his hand and surprise glowing in his eyes. He certainly hadn't expected visitors. "Santa, golfing? Isn't this your busiest season?" they asked in disbelief. Santa chuckled.
Oh, not anymore. I have a robo-rack from NEDCON. Everything runs almost automatically. Look.
On his laptop, a world of Christmas logistics unfolded. The 3 watched in awe, and yet, as they looked closer, it all made perfect sense. For someone with so many gifts to deliver, NEDCON truly is the perfect solution. But Santa treasures his time off. So with a playful grin and a gentle usher toward the door, he sent them on their way. Barely believing what they had witnessed, our NEDCON colleagues hurried off to share the extraordinary tale. And Santa, he simply returned to his game of golf, as calm and merry as ever. And so, as night fell, the NEDCON headquarters stood quietly under the winter sky, waiting for the journey ahead.